guys, this is Stormmouse03. Welcome back to my Mass Effect Legendary Edition coverage. And we are out in the galaxy proper. We're going to be doing some side quests, exploring some different clusters, and seeing what all there is to see. This is chopped up a little bit. This is the highlights of those missions. So I'm going to try to cut out some of the back and forth for you guys.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Commander, we've got a situation that requires your expertise. A group of fanatical biotics have kidnapped the chairman of the Parliament Subcommittee on Transhuman Studies. Their freighter sustained damage and is dead in space. Get in there and take them down.
What kind of resistance should I expect?
The biotics were seen loading equipment into the freighter. Expect traps and combat drones. Nothing you can't handle.
What are the biotics asking for?
They're L2 biotics, and most of them are suffering major side effects from the implants. The subcommittee denied a request for reparations to all L2 biotics. Apparently they'd like the chairman to reconsider.
What's the priority on saving the chairman?
Saving him would be my preference, but we must make it clear that these tactics don't work, Commander. Your top priority is to neutralize the biotics.
Understood, Admiral. I'll see what I can do.
I appreciate you taking the time, Commander. I'm sending you the last known coordinates of the freighter. Good luck. Fifth Fleet out.
So this gets into some of the plot line about biotics, and I apologize for a little bit of these visual glitches here, guys. My capture card was being a bit of a derp. But I've edited it hopefully so that it's as little of this crap as possible, but couldn't be helped in some of these sequences, or else I'd be cutting it up too much to kind of make sense of what's going on. So we're heading into this freighter. Gonna be dealing with some biotics here, and we have a timer come up. It's not 100% clear what that timer means, but given the structure of this mission, you know, we're going to save this chairman. It's a fair guess that you have about that much time to get there before he is executed. So man, I am loving the sniper. I said it before, I do believe, but I'm going to repeat myself, that it is nice that they have adjusted this this first game to allow you to use the different weapons, because in the original version, hey look, throw mastery, woo! Gonna be popping some of these achievements here because as we've been, you know, using our abilities on this ability wheel, those things are gonna start adding up and giving us our achievements, and it is confirmed that the using them with your partners, your AI partners, does count for these achievements, which is great. So anyway, I was talking about the sniper rifle and how in the original version of this game, it was horrible to use if you weren't a soldier, or I think an infiltrator. A couple of the classes got specialization with the sniper. Woo, almost died just then. But a couple of classes got specialization with it. But if you did not have specialization with it, it was just horrific to try to use. So I'm happy to, be able to actually play it and try it out and see how it goes. And it's a heck of a gun. So that is pretty awesome. But now that we've cleared out all these biotics, we can run around, see if there's any things to open. And quickly, because, timer's still counting down. Priorities, Shepard, priorities.
See how it is? You write letters and everyone ignores you. Force is the only thing people appreciate. So how about if I kill Chairman Burns and finish this charade?
Please, I was trying to help you people.
Let's not do anything we're all gonna regret.
Why not? What have we got to lose? Since the chairman here decided that we didn't get reparations, we've got nothing left to live for.
But I've changed my mind. Seeing you all, it's clear that you all deserve...
You had your chance. Some L2s are nearly crippled from side effects of the implants, but you voted against reparations.
Think about this. Burns is the one man who can help you.
Yes, if you release me, I can take another look at the reparations request.
What, we're supposed to trust you? Sure, you promise us freedom and say everything will be fine, but as soon as we surrender, you'll double-cross us.
I'm not promising to let you go. All I'm saying is that Burns will take another look. Right, Burns?
Absolutely. I had no idea that the L2 biotics were this desperate. If I'd known, the reparations will come. For whatever it's worth, I promise that.
You're right. I don't want to die. Maybe something will happen this time. We surrender.
Thank you, Commander. I thought I was dead when they took me. I'll see to it that the reparations discussion is reopened. I didn't know they were so desperate.
A 5th Fleet cruiser will be by shortly to pick you and the prisoners up.
Yeah. In hindsight, taking Caden on this mission, I think, has some extra dialogue because... Or at least he has something to say, because Caden is also an L2 biotic, just like those folks.
Thank you, Commander. I thought I was dead when they took me.
And so he probably would have had some input or some insight there. But we got our achievement for Krogan ally, taking Rex along. So that's cool. And again, I'm so sorry about the visual glitchiness here, y'all. It just... The capture card was not my friend this day. But yeah, the L2 biotics, they really did have it rough, you know. I don't know that during this mission they 100% explained it all, you know, like how it's all going down. I think you get a lot more info from Caden himself about what's happening with them. But that was sort of the beginning of their experimentation with biotics amplifying, or with technology amplifying biotic potential. And that had some pretty severe side effects.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Thank you for dealing with the hostage situation, Commander. Chairman Burns was quite impressed by the way you resolved the situation peacefully. Your assistance above and beyond the formal duties has been noted, Commander. 5th Fleet out.
All right. So moving on from that one, again, like, I think the world building in this first game is really pretty exceptional. You know, you get all of these layers of the state of the galaxy and the different people in it, and sort of humanity really... This stuff with the biotics, I think, highlights how... you know, humanity really has been trying to get that leg up, to sort of jumpstart their presence in the galaxy. And I think that the side effects that you see with the L2s and how much trouble they've had with, you know, it's almost like, this is maybe not a one-to-one example, but it's almost like, you know, giving somebody brain cancer or something like that. Just these severe physical and mental, emotional side effects that you get from having those implants to try to boost that biotic potential to help humanity kind of catch up with where the rest of the galaxy is. I think that says a lot about just sort of humans and how humanity is portrayed in contrast to the rest of the species of the galaxy. You know, we're the upstarts, but we're also, you know, damn determined that we're going to catch up, and we're going to catch up quick. You know, we can't be behind. We've gotta get going with this whole thing. And so I think that just that mission and that little flavor starts to give you insight into that. And I don't know, it's a nice bit of storytelling there, where instead of, you know, having the exposition of humanity is trying to improve their position in the galaxy and they're hasty to do so, and they don't want to wait, they want to take shortcuts and, you know, this, that, and the other. Instead of, you know, saying that outright, they have things like that, like the L2s and the consequences for that, which demonstrate that without saying it outright, which is a nice bit of, you know, show don't tell, which is, you know, the whole storytelling pinnacle, right? Like that's the thing that you aim for when you're trying to do storytelling, is to try to say something by showing it rather than saying it by telling it outright. So now we get some Mako combat. I love the Mako, man. And the zoom function, again, I can't remember if that was always there, because it has been such a long time since I played the original version of this game in particular. But that zoom feature is quite good in this update. Also, using the Mako as cover. It is kind of funny. The Mako does take damage when you're using it as cover like this, which I think is pretty neat. You know, it doesn't just become this static object that you can hide behind and do that without consequence. But it is a pretty effective shield when you need some cover. And I guess I should mention this too. The reason why I got out of the Mako and I'm starting to get kills like this is because I wanted to use the powers and pop some of these achievements. Like, there we go, barrier mastery. Woot. I wanted to get kills this way rather than just using the Mako to do it all. I knew that I had to do a lot of different combinations of powers and, you know, shooting and whatnot. And so I wanted to do that rather than just use the Mako to clean up everything. And it ended up working out pretty well, I think. But you do see that the Mako is starting to, like, crackle and smoke, which, you know, shows you that it is in fact taking damage from all of these weapons hitting it in the crossfire. So interesting. Also, they fixed the I'll say fixed. They changed the way that you earn XP. In the original version of Mass Effect, you did not get as much experience using the Mako to kill things as you did when you were shooting things like this on foot. But in the Legendary Edition, they have changed that so that you do earn the same amount of XP, so that you, if what you're trying to do is just, you know, level up and whatnot, you could just stay in the Mako and blast these fools, you know? Which is good. Because it did kind of suck that if you wanted to, you know, get the maximum amount of XP, you had to get out of your vehicle. It was a bit stinky. But goodness gracious, there are a lot of these gas. I was like, do they just keep coming? Is this infinite? What is happening here? Alright. Enjoy the gameplay here for a second, y'all. I have to go retrieve my cat, who has jumped up on the door. So if you hear a little bit of banging in the background, that's what that is. And we're back. Crisis averted. No kittens were harmed in the making of this video. He has a terrible habit of that. When he wants attention, he's like, I'm gonna get your attention, Mom. I'm gonna jump up on this door and then not be able to get down. Because I'm a cat. But here we are, still killing Geth. Yeah, I was curious about, you know, how long it would take to pop all of your achievements. And the answer is, you know, not actually too long. There are some abilities that are shorter than others because, you know, there are more characters who have them. And I suppose it also depends on what class your shepherd is, because, you know, you're going to have different abilities available to you based on how you spec out your shepherd and what class you've chosen and all of that. That's why I really like this class for Shep, having that bit of tech and bit of biotics. It just helps you do it just helps you do more of these things, which pops your achievements more quickly, which is cool. And eventually, we're gonna kill all these Geth. Like, they are in fact not endless. Now I threw that Geth somewhere. I'm like, where are they? They gonna die? Yeah, they did. They got launched to the moon. Sometimes if you lift them up like that and you shoot them with something like your sniper rifle or something that has a large projectile, you can shoot them just sort of out to where they become untethered to gravity, which is kind of crazy. Pretty fun. We can destroy these turrets. Because, man, those turrets will rip you apart real fast. And here we see a trap that has been laid. Clearing all the geth off of this planet. So we got one of their like really large outposts there where we were in ground combat. And now we have the turrets and the colossi, which are much I would definitely recommend you taking these things out in the Mako and not getting out, because killing those things on foot is a pain. Trying to duck and dodge. Overheating my guns. But I think we got them. I think we got them all. Now we can turn off this transmitter so that it will stop calling people. Because that was bad. Picking our squad. I tend to default to Liara and Tally when I'm going out on exploration stuff, because they both, well, Tally especially, will help you with your electronics and stuff to be able to unlock things. And I suppose you could also take Garrus instead of Liara, but Liara's my babes, so I have preference for her. I know that Garrus is a lot of people's babes, and so they might have preference for him, which totally works out in this case. More turrets. Playing this little game of chicken with the turrets. and climbing up nearly vertical surfaces. Man, I love the Mako. It's just so good. It's just so fun. You know, like being able to climb up places that just really you probably shouldn't be able to climb up, and drive along surfaces that feels impossible. Like, I don't know that the physics of it 100% makes sense, but in this case they don't have to, because it's fun. It is absolutely awesome, like just blasting a sniper away. Alright, got that level up. And now we will deal with the Colossus, which even in your Mako, this thing, if it hits you a bunch of times, can put the hurt on real fast. We want to avoid those blasts as best we can. Get that thing dead.
I would have expected one of these outposts to be a main base of operations for the Geth incursion into this region.
Hold on. This receiver's picking up some kind of transmission. Based on the signal strength, I'd say it's coming from inside this star cluster.
It must be a message from the primary Geth base. We can use the signal to lock onto its location and eliminate them.
Yeah, you know that's what we're about to do. So these Geth incursions, I do believe, are going to give us some information for Tally that we can give her for her pilgrimage, which is pretty great because her people have been, you know, trying to push back against the Geth ever since they were run out of their homeworld. Yeah, always good to set up some safety saves here because these Geth can rip you apart pretty fast if you aren't careful. Look how pretty this planet is, though. Like, it's just a bunch of rock and whatever, but the way the lighting is with that moon in the background or that planet in the background, I don't know which, whether it's a moon or a planet, but it's just really, really pretty. It's got this sort of lonely atmosphere to it, which is kind of perfect for the Geth outposts, where it's just like this kind of cold, desolate, lonely kind of planet. And then you have these, you know, sentient machines. Who are causing some bad news for our squishier organics here. Man, I can't wait to talk about some of the stuff that we encounter in Mass Effect 2 with the Geth. Like, it's just it's a nice arc from 1 to 2. Oh my gosh, these stalkers. They irritate me like no other with their jumping around. Like the destroyers and the primes, you know, they're tough, but I'm okay with that. Like the stalkers and their jumping around though is something else. It's like, okay, we put that guy into stasis, but then there's nothing else to shoot. Please give me more things to shoot. See ya. Is that thing dead? Nope. Nope. No, it wasn't. Little... I don't know. They're like frogs, right? They look like... They remind me a lot of frogs. The design on those things is so good, though. Like, it's familiar, but sufficiently, like, alien in design. It's just... I don't know. They are cool. The way that they have them designed. I just don't enjoy fighting them. Oh boy, that's a big boy. But Liara's singularity will take care of that guy's cover. Which is another reason, beyond the fact that I just love Liara. Let's see here. As the last geth falls, you hear music from across the room. On the monitor, a Quarian stands before a hushed crowd, warbling a mournful a cappella of words and innocence lost. The recorded song is dispatched to the geth worlds behind the Perseus Veil. The transmitter shuts down. And his last explosive goes off. So beyond the Perseus Veil is where the rest of the geth are. So anyway, I was saying, beyond having Liara because I just enjoy her, her singularity is awesome and is incredibly effective at removing cover. And so this is encrypted geth data files that can reveal about how they have evolved since the Quarians last came into contact with them, which is great. That's what I was talking about. It will be helpful for Tali and her pilgrimage.
Message from Admiral Hackett, Commander. Patching it through.
We just received your report. Looks like this geth incursion was bigger than we thought. They were probably preparing for a major offensive in the system. We're increasing patrols in the Armstrong cluster to make sure they can't establish another foothold in the region. Nice job, Shepard. You saved a lot of human lives on this mission. Hack it out.
Yeah, save some human lives and also, you know, helped other people as well. You know, it's not just humans, but I guess humans are the ones that were being impacted by this the most because they had the most presence here. So yeah, so there's some information that we'll go and give to Tali here at some point once we take a break from our exploration, and that will hopefully be helpful to her as she continues her
Message coming in.
little pilgrimage.
Patching it through.
I've received some information I thought you'd want to see, Commander. Someone is killing former Alliance scientists. There have been 4 deaths in the past month.
I'm happy to look into it, Admiral. What can you tell me?
We found a connection between the scientists and you. They all worked on a classified project several years ago on a cruise.
A cruise? I lost my whole unit there. You're saying that our scientists were involved?
I can't get any information on what they were working on. The project records were sealed. Commander, Shepard, what you do with this is up to you. I just thought you'd want to know. There was one other scientist on the project, Dr. Wayne. I'm transmitting his last known coordinates. Good luck. 5th fleet out.
Oh boy. And so this is a mission that is specific to Shepard if you take the Soul Survivor background. Or at least you have some specific dialogue and stuff with it. I can't 100% remember. There are missions that are specific to the backgrounds that you take. And I believe that this one you don't get if you chose any of the other backgrounds, but it may not be this one. It's hard to remember. Sometimes you get flavor dialogue and then sometimes you get an actual mission. And there are 3 separate missions. So there's one that's to do with like red sand dealers if you choose the, you know, grew up on the streets on Earth background. And I believe this is the one that is specific to the Soul Survivor on Aku's background. Flop. Oh, I love the little ragdolling that happens. Wow, these folks just came up on me. Let's fix that, shall we, Liara? I love her singularity. Just look at him. Ooh. Krogan, we gotta get him gone. With that little health regen. It is not good. I think the wall blocked my neural shock there. It's like you have to get so that you are within line of sight of them. Otherwise, you can't use the abilities. But then you don't want to pop out too far because they will rip you a new anus. Because even on, normal difficulty, if you're not using cover, things can kill you pretty fast. That is doubly true if you're playing on Insanity, but we're not playing on Insanity yet. Hey, there's our damping specialist. Like I said, we're going to be starting to pop lots of these. Because I've tried to concentrate on using those abilities as much as possible. Because you can just gun this. You don't have to use these abilities in order to make it through these sections. You can just use your gunplay. The abilities obviously make it easier. Oh my gosh, Krogan, just die. Sheesh. But using the abilities makes it easier, and also, we're trying to use as many of them as possible. The AI hacking one is the one that takes the longest, just because you have to use it on AI, otherwise it doesn't work. So, and there's only like a certain number of AI in the game. Because you have to use it on the Geth. And so that's why it's important to take tally whenever you're going to be up against Geth, because that's kind of the only opportunity that you have, unless you are an engineer yourself. That is the only opportunity that you have to use that particular ability. I mean, why not overkill this person? Why did I use stasis on him? Oh, because I'm trying to get the stasis thing. I was like, I could punch him. But then my team killed him, so, it's okay. So let's go see Dr. Wayne and see what's going on here. It is nice being able to open everything too. Get all that gear. Because selling it means more money. And we need to have lots of money for I think it's over 999,000. Or to max out at 999,000. Nope, not that way. This is the only way to go.
Stay back! I've got no grief with you. All I want is this bastard.
Please! He's a madman! Mr. Toombs, you're insane! You need help!
Shut up! You don't get to lie. You don't... Shepard? My God, Shepard, is that you?
Toombs? But you were on a cruise. I saw the Thresher mob pull you under.
They took me, Shepard. The scientists.
You can't prove any of this! This man is delusional!
See, they were running tests on the Thresher maws. They let those things hit us just to watch and study. I woke up in a holding cell. The scientists were delighted I'd survived. Now they had someone to run tests on.
Toombs, I didn't see anybody. If I'd seen you, I would have come back for you, I swear.
You can't believe Toombs! He doesn't have any proof! I demand a fair trial!
Commander Shepard was at Akuz. I doubt you will receive much sympathy from her.
This man deserves to die, Shepard. For you, for me, for everyone else in the unit. Are you with me?
Now hold on.
You're better than this, Toombs. You're not like them.
Don't tell me who I am. You got away with a few scratches and a scary reputation. The rest of the unit died, and I was tortured for years, Shepard. You can't judge me. You don't have the right.
Toombs, if I could have helped you on Akuz, I would have. All I can do is help now. Let me.
Okay. I'm no murderer. They couldn't make me one. Just as long as he goes to trial. Maybe the screaming will stop now. I don't know.
Those bastards can't hurt you anymore. Joker, tell the 5th Fleet we need a ship for pickup.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Toombs stares morosely at the floor, lost in his memories. You give the scientist a shove toward the door, and then I clicked and didn't give myself long enough time to read it. But, they took him away.
I reviewed your report on the situation, Commander. I'm glad to see you were able to take Dr. Wayne in alive. Now we can put him on trial and get some answers. Corporal Toombs seems to have found some closure, and hopefully with therapy, he'll have a normal life again someday. I hope this helped you find some peace, Commander. Thank you. 5th Fleet out.
Oof. Yeah, everybody had PTSD from that. And again, this whole thing with, scientists and testing and experimentation and stuff, it shows you how splintered, I guess, humanity is in terms of how we believe we're going to thrive in the galaxy, which makes perfect sense, as newcomers to this whole thing, this whole space thing. It's kind of like your mind would reel in terms of, all right, well, how are we going to catch up? How are we going to get on top? Because that's like, that's kind of human nature, right? How are we going to get on top? How are we going to be better than everybody else? We at least want to be equal, if not better. Because like competition and competitiveness is sort of within our being, right? It's how we survive as a species, the whole survival of the fittest thing. So, we need to make ourselves the fittest. And, some people attempt to do that in ways like this, sort of committing atrocities, thinking that, well, that person's sacrifice is worth it if it helps us advance as a species. But you know, it's funny, like the people making those kinds of decisions are never the ones who are actually making the sacrifice.
Message
They're
coming in,
always
Commander.
sacrificing.
Big surprise. The Alliance needs you again.
They're always sacrificing someone else.
This is Admiral Hackett with Alliance Command. We've got a mission for you. An Alliance officer named Major Kyle has set up a small compound in the Hulking Eta cluster. He's attracted a number of followers, mostly biotics. He's become an outspoken critic of the Alliance, and we believe he's mentally unstable. This could be trouble, Shepard.
What kind of proof do you have that the Major is dangerous?
3 days ago, we sent 2 Alliance representatives to meet with him at his compound. They've disappeared. We believe Kyle and his followers killed them. That compound is a cult, Shepard. They call him Father Kyle now. He set himself up as some kind of religious leader.
That can't be good. Can't be good at all.
You said his followers were biotics?
Yes. Major Kyle never showed any biotic tendencies himself, though. I think he's just latched onto a group he identifies with. Many biotics feel marginalized or ostracized by society. Kyle probably sees them as victims who need his protection, and they see him as someone who will fight for them. Unfortunately, he's convinced them that the Alliance is somehow responsible for all their problems. We can't let him go on like this.
Maybe he sees himself as someone who wants to help them, or maybe he sees them as people he can prey upon.
Talk to Major Kyle about.
They wanted to bring him back to an Alliance facility for treatment. Major Kyle served us faithfully for many years. We weren't going to abandon him. Given his state of mind, however, he probably saw them as a threat. We're almost certain he had his followers killed him.
But you don't know for sure.
What else can you tell me about Major Kyle?
He used to be a model soldier, but something happened to him at Torfin. Too many Alliance soldiers died under his command. Couldn't cope with the guilt. His psych evaluations showed he couldn't handle the stress of command anymore. He was given an honorable discharge in early retirement. We'd hoped he would get better in time, but we underestimated how far gone he was. Now it looks like it's too late.
Maybe, maybe not.
I might be able to end this without violence.
That may not be possible, Commander. We don't want a bloodbath, but Kyle is dangerous. I'll trust you to use your judgment. Hack it out.
Yeah, I like how they lean into the, you're probably going to have to kill them. You're probably going to have to kill them. He's probably killed these people and you're going to have to kill him. Like they lean into that real heavy in that dialogue. But, as we have found with Commander Shepard, there is usually always another way that could exist. Sometimes there's not. That's not always true, but Commander Shepard is a very persuasive and charismatic individual, so if someone can be reasoned with, then they're going to be able to reason with them. It provided you've put points into their, charm or intimidate. Yes, please. Please bounce all over that thing. It's exactly what I wanted to do. Alright. Let's talk to this dude, see what's going on.
This is a private sanctuary. Outsiders are not welcome here.
I need to talk to the man in charge. It's important.
Father Kyle wants nothing more to do with the Alliance.
I want this to end peacefully. If he doesn't see me, people could get hurt.
We won't let you take Father Kyle away. He protects us. We need him.
The Alliance wants someone to pay for those murders. Let me speak to Major Kyle and maybe I can find some way to help you all get out of this alive.
Wait. Father Kyle will speak with you. Head to the building at the far end of the compound. He'll meet you there.
The building at the far end of the compound, eh? Where'd that be? Does that mean right here? Whatever it means, I'm gonna get this gold deposit. Because everybody needs a little bit of gold in their lives. I've cut out most of this, you know, mining and collecting stuff. But, you know, it was right there. Ah, this is the building they meant. Now we go through a really tense sequence where it's like, here's all the people that we'll have to murder if things go wrong. But just the fact that they were willing to talk to you after you kind of threatened them and said, hey, you know, people are going to get hurt if we don't talk, it says something already about Major Kyle, that he's not willing to put his people as a shield in between him and you, which that says a lot about him as a person, as a leader, you know. Because oftentimes, you know, when someone is evil and they don't, which by definition means they likely don't care about many people, they are quite willing to put their lackeys in between you and them.
I am Major Kyle. I know why you've come. We have no quarrel with you. Why can't you just leave us alone?
What happened to those other Alliance officers? The ones who came before me?
They wanted to take me away from here. They wanted me to abandon this place, turn my back on my family. They spoke blasphemy. I did what I could to make their end quick and painless. I had no other choice. It was necessary to protect my children. Only I can keep them safe.
The Alliance sent me to bring you in, Major. Can't you see this has gotten out of hand? Don't you understand you are endangering your followers?
I respect that you have come under a banner of peace, but I cannot do as you ask. If you take away their father, my children will be helpless.
You ordered your followers to kill those Alliance investigators. You must face the consequences of your actions. Do you really want your children to suffer for your sins too?
No, this was my fault. My children are innocent, pure. Please, I never meant for this to happen. I'm sorry.
You're doing the right thing, Major. Your children will be better off for it. Come on.
Wait, if my children see you taking me away, they won't understand. They will attack and you will be forced to kill them all. You have shown me the error of my ways, Commander. Now you must give me time to explain it to them. It is the only way they will understand. Please, give me 1 hour. After that, I will meet the Alliance authorities at the gates of my compound and surrender without violence. I give you my word.
I'm gonna trust you. If you betray that trust, you and all your children will suffer.
I will not betray you, Commander. Thank you for this.
Your pilot can ask Alliance Command to send a patrol to collect Major Kyle. I just hope you know what you are doing.
I do. So they're going to dispatch a ship to take him into custody. Again, if he was going to try to buy time for himself to escape, he would have done that to begin with. He would have never let you come meet with him. And so, to me, just as a person, that tells me that we have a good chance that he can be trusted to do as he says. And once again, this is some interesting bits of world building in terms of the biotics and kind of how they're feeling, you know, what has happened for them, and just kind of how broken so many of them are. I'm sure that many of these are sort of early biotics.
If you try to take Father Kyle away from us, you'll end up like those other allies.
That's doubtful, son.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Admiral Hackett here, Commander. Your helmsman just forwarded your report on Major Kyle. We sent in a team as you instructed. Kyle's followers have disbanded, and the Major surrendered to us without incident. We'll make sure he gets the help he needs. To be honest, Shepard, I thought this thing was going to end in a bloodbath. I don't know how you did it, but you saved a lot of lives. Congratulations.
That's what we do. Well, if you're going the Peregrine route, that's what you do. Although even the Renegade route there, like, I mean, you can influence him, I think, through intimidation rather than persuasion. There's so many things out in those, like, asteroid clusters that you have to really, like, look, make sure you're not missing stuff. And sometimes these clusters get more systems, or the systems get more. I don't know. I think it's the cluster. These are clusters, and then they get more systems as you play through the game. So,
message coming in.
You gotta keep checking. Keep checking back.
General distress call from the Sacred Angel Medical Transport. Critical system failure. Losing power. An emergency landing. Argos. Communications failing. Life support and emergency transponder. Won't last. Please hurry.
You're right. So yeah, I do like that they added in on Mass Effect 2 a kind of tracker where you can tell how much of each cluster you have completed, because it is a little bit tedious sometimes to keep going back.
Where is the wreckage? I do not see any survivors.
It's a trap! It is a little tedious in this one to keep going back and checking and being like, was this planet there before? Have I explored this yet? Was this system there before? You know, because it doesn't, there's no like visual indicator of whether you've kind of explored the majority of a system or not. So that was a nice thing that they added into Mass Effect 2. So, because they do the same thing in that one, where, you know, sometimes all of the systems aren't available right away. You kind of unlock them as you progress through certain missions and stuff. But they do have the sort of percentage marker there that tells you, okay, there's nothing else here to explore, but it still is not saying that I'm at 100% exploration, which means that there must be something that gets unlocked later on, and you come back and check, right? So, was a Geth trap? Is there anything to turn off? It doesn't look like it. So that was it, and we can get back to mining. Oh, mining. There was a lot of running around and picking up, oh boy, a lot of running around and picking up minerals and insignias and stuff like that in this one. Which was not super great. Like, it wasn't long, which is nice, but it also wasn't particularly exciting. It was more just collect all this stuff. And while it did give you some extra resources and things, which carries forward into Mass Effect 2, which is neat. You have more resources to upgrade stuff if you collect all those things. It just isn't particularly exciting here, and just feels more like collecting random stuff. But I've done a lot of collectibles so far. Like I said, I didn't show all of it because it's a lot of just driving around planets and clicking on things, which does not make for exciting content. So that is it for this one, though, guys. We picked up a bunch of stuff. We did some pretty interesting side quests with some nice world building, particularly about Biotics and a little bit about Shepard's past. At least the past of the Shepard that we chose for this playthrough, which is cool. And I will continue on with some more missions in the next one. So I hope that you guys are enjoying, and I will see you in the next session.